Hello. So something new here that I want to do, and really why am I doing it, okay? So it is, what date are we on? 24th of May, okay? Um look, back in March, I finished working in the gym in Friday the 13th of March, right? And I tell you now, then I was like 12 stone 13, right? And I was getting ready to go on holiday and for mine and Matt's birthdays, and then literally all the schools closed, and then the pandemic got like shit hit the fan here in Ireland. So I stopped working on that date, and over the 3 weeks, when I was trying to get a new schedule, like everybody else was trying to get a new schedule, I went up 6 pounds or something like that. Just stress. And then I went from like being in the gym loads, like walking around and like walking to and from work and this kind of stuff, that to like just sitting in the house. So big changes in body. So I went up 6 pounds. So I do have photographs of all this, I'll update you with. But really, I started doing the lives straight away, and they helped get me some structure. And I was like, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to use this time to get into as best shape as I can. And a lot of people have conflicting ideas around that, but just the kind of person that I am, I can't sit around and think about things. Like, I don't get anxious about things, but I do get stressed and I get very low. So I knew as soon as I didn't think it was going to be 3 weeks, I didn't know how long it was going to be. So I said I needed something that was going to target people who couldn't go to the gym anymore and this kind of stuff, and then something was going to give me a bit of purpose in my day, to get up out of bed and like teach classes and stuff like that. So the lies were deadly, and I just did workout 70 today, but started slowly losing weight again, but it got to a point then I was like, oh, do you know what, I need to work out. Like everybody else, just feeling really low. Many days I didn't want to get out of bed. It's not the kind of stuff that I put out there, but generally feeling very low. And when I feel very low, I just need to exercise. It's just what I do. So 3 weeks ago, I said I'm going to, usually when I want to push further with weight loss, this kind of stuff, I get the help from my partner Matt, and you can find him here Instagram at the Enhanced Superman. So I always get him as a coach for accountability, for the kind of like exactly what my clients would do, and they want somebody else to tell them, do this, you don't have to think about it, just do this and you'll get results, and check in with me so I can keep you on track. So that's exactly what I did 3 weeks ago with Matt. And as of I check in yesterday morning, so I check in every Saturday morning, I'm down to 12 stone exactly, so 6 pounds down from March. Definitely want to push so much further though, so that's why I'm here. I am doing a ultimate body transformation, get into the best shape of my life, but doing it in a way that I've never done before, and I'm going to document it all. The thing as well though, for a lot of people, because I had such a huge new number of people coming to my page in the last 2 months for the lives in particular, but I competed in bodybuilding before, and anytime I've ever made huge changes to my body, just because I love the discipline and I love the control and I love a challenge, my approach to food has generally always been on the more severe end. So I've always kind of dieted on lower calories, and that's just what I loved, like everybody's each to their own. But I've just found kind of in this period of time, now I'm really going to take advantage of Matt and I just made the decision that I was going to diet on higher calories, more carbohydrates than I would have before. I'll be going into detail on all of this kind of stuff. So it'll be interesting. You'll see what kind of way that I'm eating compared to what I would have done in the past. Watch me get results, because I believe I will do. And it'll just be a learning experience for you. I'm literally each week, this will be done each week in a check-in format, exactly how I would do it with my clients. where they would, fill out weekly forms, this kind of stuff. I'm going to do the same here, and I'm going to come back to you with it. And really, I'm going to tell you, and it makes me a little bit nervous, because I'm going to tell you the things that I found tough in my week, where I slipped up, if I broke my diet, or shall we say broke diet, but if I maybe ate too much or ate things that weren't going to help me towards the goal. I'm going to tell you about my exercise, if I didn't go for walks. I'm going to go into that in a minute now. But I'm going to tell you everything, just like, how I'm getting on as a fitness professional. People would look up to me, I suppose, to, always have things right. But it's just not the case, especially with the pandemic going on. It's very hard to keep the focus, and that's essentially what it comes down to, because I'm definitely not motivated every day. There's many days where honestly I wake up and I go, same shit another fucking day. And that's the honest truth. And many people feel that way. And I'm no different as a fitness professional when it comes to exercise and wanting to take steps forward towards goals. I'll tell you now, I am not the one to go and drink. I don't really drink, not really. I don't feel great for it at the time. I enjoy a little bit, but so these are all details that I'm going to share with you, and I hope that you'll learn from it. And yeah, definitely just a learning experience, but it'll be an accountability thing for me as well. Hopefully a little bit of entertainment, and yeah. So then moving on to my check-in this week, okay? So this one, I was down a pound this week, which is less than I would like, but in the past I would have definitely dieted on kind of like, well, when I was competing in bodybuilding, I would have been like 1,200-1,300 calories, maybe a little bit higher in the beginning. But I found like definitely in the last ages I've got stuck in a rut around the kind of the 15-16 calorie mark. So the way I have my food right now is it's different every day. Matt has me doing carb cycling, which I'm a big fan of. For those who don't know what carb cycling it is, basically, we'll just say Monday I have a day where I eat more carbs. Next day is medium. So Tuesday I'll eat half of that amount of carbs, and then Wednesday I won't have any carbs. And I feel great when I do that, because it means carbohydrates are an energy source. So it means I'm giving myself enough carbs to get through the activity that I need, but they're not all sitting they're not excessively sitting, because when you eat more carbs, you hold more water. So it gives me enough time to burn off the carbohydrates, to drop the water, this kind of stuff. They don't build up too much in my system, and I find this is a really good way for me to lose weight. I'll be going into more detail on this, but yeah, so the carb cycling, I'm starting to enjoy that, enjoying having more variety in my food. I am finding it more sustainable. I would have been biased in the past more towards the keto approach. So I'm loving this now, and it's great for my clients too. I would never really put my clients on keto anyway. A lot of people think I did, but I actually didn't. It's completely individual, But yeah, so my check-in this week, I was 1 pound down. I might get you a picture so you can see how I've done. My waist was the same. My waist doesn't change very much. I hold all my fat in the lower half, the hips, the bum, the thighs. And I just want to point out, right, I say ultimate body transformation, and some people might be watching this, going, you've got a great body, or like there's, you look great, why are you trying to lose weight? Really, it's a personal thing. It's like when my clients come to me and they're in shape, what I would call in shape, and a healthy weight and all this kind of stuff, and they're like, I want abs. It's not my business to tell them, why do you want abs, once it's healthy. Once you are healthy, that's the top priority in my opinion. Then you can do whatever the hell you want physically with your body, whatever look you want to go for. So I have more fat than is functional on my lower body. I've got extra fat in the bum and the thighs I don't need. It's extra weight on my knees is the way I see it. So I just want to be more functional. The abs will happen. I just lose weight off my tummy. But definitely lower body fat on the lower half. Positives. What did I feel went well this week? I increased the intensity of, I've got a bike. I'm so lucky I have a bike in my bedroom. I increased the intensity on it. I wear my heart rate monitor, this kind of stuff. I watch my heart rate doesn't drop too low, this kind of stuff. So yeah, I felt like I put that up, got the intensity up higher, sweated more. And I was doing that before the lives. What else was good? Yeah, I felt like I was getting into my food. I was feeling good. I was enjoying different foods. Didn't feel I was restricted or anything like that. So that was good. It always helps. There was 1 or 2 days where I was absolutely starving, but I think that came down to my mood more than anything. I was just like having cranky days and I just wanted food. I used to be a really bad comfort eater, definitely. And I'm not so much anymore. I think just as I got older, I just learned that, you know, binge eating does not make you feel better. Like immediately, maybe, but you know, rotten for it. So I think I've just learned that over time. What else? Yeah, everything was great except just yesterday I had a Greek dinner and I totally overate excessively. So I didn't weigh myself this morning. Why would I? Why would I torture myself like that? So I enjoy that. And again, that's just part of life. Being able to have nice meals like that. Although I had such a pain in my tummy because I just ate too much. So downfalls this week. So yeah, I skipped out my steps. I felt like I had a shit week in my head. And again, just me being totally honest. And that was why I increased the intensity of my exercise, because I find if I sweat, like if I'm in a bad humor, I absolutely just run myself into the ground. So, and I generally, the endorphins, I feel great after that. But yeah, I run myself into the ground. Other people might drink or eat or whatever. I just kill myself at exercise and I tend to feel better. Even if it's just short term. So my step count, I skipped out my step count this week. I had a goal of like 15, 20,000, and before this lockdown, I was easily getting 25, maybe 30,000 steps a day just from like going around work and being active in the gym and this kind of stuff. So that was a big transition for me, doing a lot of work online and just not moving as much, and then having to go out for walks. Like that's annoying me. Having to go out for walks to get steps. It annoys me, definitely. I don't know how anybody else feels. So I skipped out in steps this week, but what I did was I did extra bit on the bike instead, then just to kind of keep the calories up. And I used my Fitbit to kind of track my overall calorie burn. Again, I don't want this video to go massively long because it's the intro video too. But yeah, so what am I going to do going forward? What things am I going to improve on this week? So I've noted that. So it's really good to note these things down if you have a diary or with your coach, whatever. But I'm going to structure in de-stress time. So I found I never watched TV at all when I was in the gym. I just didn't have time. Now I do. And I found definitely I was enjoying when all this lockdown happened was once I got all my work done in the day and my workouts, this kind of stuff, I actually sat down and watched shit TV. And I mean shit TV like Netflix, like the stuff where your brain doesn't need to think. So I was really enjoying that. So I haven't done that in the last 2 weeks. So I need to do that again. Just sit down and watch mindless TV because it helps me switch off my head after stressing and, you know, financial stuff. Just everybody's in the same position. Yeah, so just thinking about business and how to move forward, and just allows my head to shut off from everything. Step count, I'm going to improve my step count. I'm going to commit. Oh, I'm going to say it now. I'm going to start with 10,000. I'm going to start with 10,000 steps a day. I'm only at 2 now. So 10,000 steps every day is what I get. That's a small goal for me, but yeah. And I'm going to improve now that the lives, I've cut the lives down to 4, but you'll still have other workouts to do. I'm going to get my solo training better. It's something I always used to do for my mind. Definitely training by myself. Was a time I put the music in and didn't think about anything and just ran myself into the ground if I felt like it. So I'll be doing that more. It'll help my head and help the goal, you know. So I'm going to, let me see, I think that's everything there. And all, this was a good week. Weight was down. I felt like I had good control over my food. I enjoyed my Saturday night feast, albeit I ate too much. Need to improve on my step count, which is fine. And yeah, work on more time for my head, switch off time. So that's going to be what I'm going to do now for the week going ahead. 1 week down. More to come, guys. Stay tuned. Let me know if you found this interesting or if there's other things you'd like me to talk about in the next check-in. See ya.